Let's get the latest from reporter Michael Marillier, who joins me at the touch screen. So, Michael, the system goes live on Monday. How exactly does it work?
It is a massive project, Ulysses, make no mistake, but officials are saying when all is said and done, it's relatively simple, a three-step process. So what we've been doing over the last few days is putting it to the test, to some extent, just getting a sense of the kinds of information that parents will have to provide. And first of all, the key dates, because as you mentioned, the system goes live on Monday, 8 a.m. sharp. There were some problems 2 years ago, Tullis, with the launch of this particular portal, but we understand that many of those problems have been resolved. So parents will have until the 28th of May to submit their application online. And just important to stress, grade 1 and grade 8. So these are for pupils entering grade 1 in 2019 or entering high school in 2019. So we mentioned the website, Tullis, and this is a replica. This is what parents will see come Monday morning. They'll have to provide some of their own details, contact numbers, their addresses, their ID numbers, for instance. Then the details of the pupil that they're hoping to register, not too long a process. They'll also have to mention the school that the pupil is at currently, as well as the language of their home or their household. And then a few decisions to make, Trillis. This is where it gets quite interesting. We've taken grade 1 as an example. Now, parents will get to list 5 schools which they're thinking of using for their child's education. And they'll be able to list them according to certain priorities. For example, is the school close to home? Is it on the way to work? Does one of the brothers or sisters currently attend the school? Or they might have a specific school which they've identified as the one they want for their child. So they can list 5 schools according to certain preferences. What happens when the application process is complete? Well, the department tells us that the placement process will run from the 18th of July to the 31st of October. Parents will then get an SMS telling them whether or not they've been successful at a particular school, and then they'll have 7 days to list, just 7 days, to submit these documents, a range of documents really just to cement the child's place at the school. So the parent's ID, the pupil's birth certificate, proof of home or work address, and if they're in grade 1, important, an immunization card. In grade 8, the report card from their last year of primary school, of course, that being grade 7. Now, it is always nice to have a voice at the end of the line, especially when you're dealing with an important matter like your child's education. The department are providing several numbers to us: 011-355-0000. That's one of the numbers you can call. There's also a toll-free number, 0800 000 789. And if you want to shoot off a quick email, if your query is a little bit more complicated and you want to outline some of the issues you're contending with, gde@gauteng.gov.za. So plenty of ways to get in touch with the department and outline some of the problems you may be encountering, but the department's saying that it should be a smooth process come Monday morning.
So I suppose, Michael, it's all about making sure that the first day of school is not lost to administrative things, and that you have learning and teaching on the first day, and you don't have the situation where, you know, by March you still have pupils who've not been placed in schools. But I'm wondering what happens then with those parents who don't have access to all this technology that this all requires? Yeah,
that's a very good question. So the department has told us that there'll be 65 centres across the province, to us, where parents can go. Many of them will be in local libraries, and they'll have dedicated personnel from the Department of Education who will be able to assist them and take them through the digital process. So really a one-stop shop. They'll be able to access the internet and refer any queries to staff who've experienced and who've dealt with the system for the last few years.
Very interesting there. Thank you so much. That's Michael Marillier at the touch screen, looking at that online system for Gauteng pupils. And just a quick reminder, that process applies specifically to pupils entering grade 1 or grade 8 next year. Let's take